You are your own safety officer when you're loading ammo. So everything is on you. So we had a little discussion online on Thursday, and I learned a little bit there, and I'll share a bit of it with you regarding case gauges and safety checking your ammo, getting it ready to take to the range. So when I first started, I bought these, I think I bought 2 of these Lyman multi-caliber ammo checkers, and I kind of thought I was good to go. And utilizing some other basic loading practices, I probably was safe, although I couldn't really guarantee it. So these things, the problem with them is that all they measure is whether or not your ammunition will fit into a standard SAMI chamber for that particular caliber. They won't really tell you anything else. They won't tell you if your ammo is too long, or if it's maybe undersized, or it just fits the chamber. So when would you want to use a block like this? Well, there might be a few instances. Maybe a friend of yours calls you up and he says, hey, I'm meeting you at the range on the weekend. Can you bring some of those 30-30 low power pop can poppers, that you make out of round ball or something like that. So you're loading, low pressure, low danger rounds that just have to fit his rifle, and you don't have his rifle to check. So you load them up, check them in the case checker, and they fit. So at least they'll fit into his chamber. Other than that, if you have the rifle, there's many other things you should take into consideration. Now these gauges are also made by Lyman. This one's a 2-tooth, no, that's a 308, sorry. And it will not only check that it'll fit the chamber, but it'll fit the chamber properly. It won't be too small and it won't be too large. The shoulder's in the right place, and on this end it'll check the length of your case to make sure it's within specification. It still won't check whether or not you've seated your bullets too far to hit your rifling or things like that if you're experimenting, but that's what tools like this are for, to help you adjust all these things and decide all these things ahead of time. Now, the one thing that came up during the chat was, use your barrel. Plunk test. This is a factory round. This is my 1911 barrel. And it just drops right in and drops out. No resistance at all. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. It's definitely gonna fit and fire properly. Now, up until now, I was leaving this, in my handgun, locked up according to the regulations, but the best thing I can think of now is to disassemble my handgun, take the barrel right out, and leave the barrel right on my loading bench where it's handy, so I can properly plunk test every round that I'm going to take to the range. Now, I don't have a handgun in 9mm. However, I do have a couple of pistol caliber carbines. One is the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, which can be disabled just by opening the rifle, and you can still plunk test in that gun. And then my other one, the TNW Arrow rifle, well, it has a barrel that's removable, so I can plunk test, in that one as well. And now this is not a gauge, neither is this one. These are actually barrels. These are my 12 gauge smooth bore conversion adapters to shoot 45 ACP and 9mm. Now, I shot a bunch of ammo through these already, and I don't use them anymore for single projectile ammo because it's pointless. They're not accurate enough. But I do use them for shot shells, which I can plunk test as well to make sure everything is sized the correct way. I've got a few other calibers here, 38, 45 Colt. I have some rifled ones like this one and this one, 38 Special, 45 Colt, I think. And they have an O-ring in there, so they're kind of hesitant to let everything just drop in, but the cartridge just slides in, you know, easily. And I don't want to push it in all the way or it'll get stuck, and I got to use a punch to get it out. So, and then I was just sort of thinking, if I'm going to have the barrel on the bench, you know, there's a whole lot of common sense there to have a mag that you're going to be using on the bench as well. Just because your ammo fits the chamber doesn't mean it'll fit your magazine. So you can, you know, test that out as well. May as well do all these tests at home before you get to the range. You'll be a lot less disappointed when you have problems at the range. Now, I'm a rookie when it comes to reloading stuff, so if anybody has words to improve on the info I've shared, feel free to chime in and leave a comment. Let me know what you think and do your own video. I'd really like to see some other videos, maybe with some gauges that are brands I don't have. Uncle Jim just got a Sheridan gauge, which looks like one of these, but it's a cutaway. They're pretty pricey, but that's it for gauges. Have a great day, everybody. Mike out.